Voting experience successful. The Paulding County election staff offers. To make your voting experience successful, the Paulding County election staff offers the voters of Paulding County this instructional video on Georgia's new voting system. All voters should be prepared to vote by having their photo ID out, ready for verification and check-in. Once the photo ID is scanned, the poll worker will verify the voter. When the voter is verified, the voter will confirm by signing the electronic poll book. A voter card containing the ballot style of the voter will be made and issued to the voter. When the voter enters the voting area, they will insert their voter card into the ballot marking device. The voter will make their selection on the screen. Voters will select Next, located in the lower right corner of the screen, to advance the screen to the next race contained on the ballot. Voters may select Previous or Review at any time during the voting process to view their ballot or make changes. Once all races are voted, the voter has the opportunity to review their choices by using the scroll bar at the bottom of the screen. Should the voter desire to make changes, they may select Back to Ballot and review once changes are made. If the voter is satisfied with their choices, the voter will select Print Ballot. Their choices will be confirmed and the ballot will print. When the ballot prints, the voters will see a QR code which contains the selections they made. The selections will also be printed below a QR code for the voter's verification. There is no personal information contained in this QR code. When the voter is satisfied with their ballot, they will remove the voter card from the ballot marking device, take their voted ballot, and proceed to the ballot scanner. The voter will return their voter card to the station host, then insert their ballot into the ballot scanner to cast their vote. Once the vote is cast and is final, the voter will receive their I'm a Georgia voter sticker and their voting experience is complete. To demo the system in person, please visit the elections office or check out our Facebook page for a schedule of public demonstrations.
Hello, I'm with the U.S. Census, and I'm here to ask you...
I've already done it. The census is almost upon us, and since it's the 21st century, I did the census online. It only took me 5 minutes, and I did my part to make sure I'm counted. Shape your future.
Start here.
United States Census 2020.
Are you looking for a fast-paced, exciting career that's also rewarding? The Paulding County Sheriff's Office is actively hiring men and women to fill our ranks. Come make a difference where you live.
Being here, being back home was, it's always a good feeling to come back to something familiar. I have friends that work here, people I went to high school with, and they said it's a great environment to work in. And because I got my degree in investigations also, the possibility of upward mobility within the department is also a great thing.
It's still the family atmosphere. I don't ever have to worry about somebody not having my back. I've got all the support that I need. All of the training and equipment that I need. I don't ever have to worry about being ill-prepared for any kind of situation I'm going to face.
I wanted to make the change and come work closer to home, specifically in the community that I live in. I wanted to try and make a difference and serve my family, my friends. There are a few other places, as far as law enforcement is concerned, a few other agencies where you have so many vast opportunities with so little restriction on capping in your career. In the short time of the 3 years, being able to be promoted to detective, being able to even be considered to be on a SWAT team is almost unheard of anywhere else. The opportunities are endless within our county. We have multiple divisions that can be worked within, and it's just as high as you want to go, as hard as you want to work.
Hello, I'm Paulding County Sheriff Gary Gullich. If you want to make a difference where you live, the Paulding County Sheriff's Office is actively hiring motivated men and women to fill our ranks. For more information, you can visit our website or give us a call at 770-443-3010. Come make a difference in our community.
Hello, I'm Rachel Payton, and this is the Paulding County Government News of Interest from the County Administrator, Frank Baker, for the week of June 8, 2020. Congratulations to Deputy EMA Director Stephen Dooley for becoming Paulding County's first Team Member of the Year. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Dooley worked tirelessly to gather and communicate information needed by both county leaders and citizens. For additional information, please contact Frank Baker at fbaker@paulding.gov. The Chairman's proposed fiscal year 2021 budget has been posted on paulding.gov for citizens to review. You can locate this proposed budget on the homepage and under the Finance Department's page. For additional information concerning the budget, please contact Tabitha Pollard at tpollard@paulding.gov. Keep Paulding Beautiful is co-sponsoring a free and secure shredding event at New Season Church in Hiram on June 27, 2020 from 9 a.m. to noon. Rain or shine, bring any documents that you would like securely disposed of. For additional information, please contact Robert Cabrera at rcabrera@paulding.gov. As of June 1st, 2020, Sheriff Gary Gullich fully opened the new jail and sheriff's office facility located at the Watson Government Complex. For additional information, please contact Sergeant Ashley Henson at ahenson@paulding.gov. This has been the Paulding County Government News of Interest from the Office of the County Administrator for the week of June 8, 2020. Thank you.
We're at the Richland Creek Reservoir with Russell Kelly, who is the Treatment Division Manager for the Paulding County Water System. Can you tell us about the process of filling the reservoir?
The filling the reservoir is really controlled by the state of Georgia's EPD Safe Dams program, and they allow us to fill the reservoir in stages, and since it's an earthen dam, they control how much water can be added at a time. And we're currently at the first level that they have let us fill to, and we are basically able to fill it in thirds. To get to the full pull elevation of the reservoir, it's actually going to take another minimum of 45 weeks. Soon we'll have Paulding County drinking water for everyone to drink.
I know the main purpose is for our drinking water, but we hear also there will be recreation.
There will. Kayaks, canoes, they will allow trolling motors, but there won't be any gasoline engines allowed since it is water used to treat for drinking. But we will be stocking the reservoir once it's full, and that will, of course, take 2 or 3 years for the fish to mature, but there will be fishing and all that allowed as well.
With everything in the world changing, there have also been some changes here on Paulding Post. I want to introduce you to my new co-host, Michael Butler. Glad to have you on the Paulding Post team, Michael.
Thank you, Felicia. I'm glad to be here, and I know you're glad to be here after we all took a break.
Yes, quarantine about drove me crazy, so I am definitely glad to be back.
I think we all are, and I think we're all proud to be back and to help serve the county. Well, over that time, it's official. The Richland Creek Reservoir is filling up.
We met with Russell Kelly to learn more about the timeline and future plans for recreation at the site. We're at the Richland Creek Reservoir with Russell Kelly, who is the Treatment Division Manager for the Paulding County Water System. Hi Russell, thanks for seeing us today. We noticed there's water.
There is.
So can you tell us about the process of filling the reservoir?
Yes, the filling the reservoir is really controlled by the state of Georgia's EPD Safe Dams program. And they allow us to fill the reservoir in stages. And since it's an earthen dam, they control how much water can be added at a time. And we're currently at the first level that they have let us fill to, and we're waiting on an inspection by them to continue filling beyond where we are now.
So how long does it usually take to fill, or when do you think it'll be full?
Well, to get to the full pull elevation of the reservoir, it's actually going to take another minimum of 45 weeks, but that is because of the limit that the state puts on how much water we can put in. Here at the dam, it's roughly 90 feet deep, and we are basically able to fill it in thirds. And the first third is currently already here, and we're now waiting on approval to continue to the next third. That level can be reached at a maximum of 2 feet of fill per week. So that's another 15 weeks, and then we have to wait for another inspection. And then the final third will take 30 weeks because we can only put in 1 foot per week of fill. So 45 weeks of actual fill time plus whatever it takes for the state to do their inspection in between.
So when do you think we'll be able to actually drink from the reservoir?
Well, the level that we need to be able to start pulling water to make drinking water will take about 10 weeks from this point. There will be some extra time in there for the water to clear up a little bit more before it'll make good drinking water. But pretty quickly after that 10-week period, once we're given permission to start filling, we should be able to start processing water at that point.
So when do we anticipate being free from other water supplies and just be our own water source?
To be completely independent for water, we're probably still looking at about a 10-year period. Right now, all the water is being purchased obviously from Cobb Marietta Water, but our distribution system is set up to run water from east to west across the county. And now we're creating a new water source in the north, and we have to pump it south. So there are a number of projects that are lined up over the next few years to redirect the direction of water flow to be able to completely cut the water off on the eastern border with Cobb.
Okay. So not only, I know the main purpose is for our drinking water, but we hear
Yes.
also there will be recreation.
There will. We've already been, I guess, in discussions with Georgia DNR and some other state agencies. Parks and Rec is doing most of the work on that, but we will be stocking the reservoir once it's full and under their recommendations for what and when it gets stocked. And that will, of course, 2 or 3 years for the fish to mature, but there will be fishing and all that allowed as well.
So kayaking is what I'm hearing, maybe?
Kayaks, canoes, they will allow trolling motors, but there won't be any gasoline engines allowed since it is water used to treat for drinking.
Okay, and I'm assuming that will be into the future.
It'll be in the future, I figure probably 2 or 3 years before any of that is really ready.
Well, great. Well, thank you for talking
Thanks.
with us today.
No problem, thanks.
Well, Michael, I hate you didn't get to go with us to the reservoir. Have you been?
I haven't. I want to check it out. I go by there a lot, and the recreation that's going to be there sounds really awesome.
Yes, I'm looking forward to good drinking water, but also a lot of fun.
Maybe some kayaking?
Yes, I would love to do that. Due to COVID-19, things have changed at Paulding County Animal Control.
We wanted to let people know you can still adopt. Here's how.
to social distancing, Paulding County Animal Control is handling our adoptions differently now. All of our adoptions are done by appointment only. We start taking appointments each week, Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning. You have to call to make an appointment. You want to speak with somebody because unfortunately we cannot return all the messages for appointments, so you want to get on the phone and speak with somebody. We do appointments 3 days a week. Appointment days are going to be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. There's usually 4 appointments each day, so they're very limited. On the paulding.gov page under Animal Control, there's also a link to the available animals that we have. Little Bit is a female pit mix. She's an adult. She's a sweet girl. She hasn't been at our shelter a very long time. We have not seen any issues with Little Bit with other animals at this point. She's been really good with the kennel staff. She's going to need a home that's got a good secure yard. She likes to run. So if you are interested in Little Bit, call Paulding County Animal Control, make an appointment, and come by and see her, adopt her, and take her home.
With people being home a little bit more, maybe now's a good time to adopt.
True, more time to spend with your pets. Both of our dogs came from Animal Control, and they're the best dogs ever.
There you go. Post 3 Commissioner Chuck Hart gives us some history on the movement of the Greystone Power Headquarters to Paulding County.
Commissioner Hart filmed this himself. Let's see how it turned out.
Hey, I'm Chuck. I'm your Post 3 Commissioner, and I'm down here with a guy named John Walton. He's one of our prior Post 3 Commissioners. John also has sat on the board for 17, 18 years with Greystone, and anyway, whenever Jeff reached out to me about doing something that was coming up in our post, I couldn't help but think about Greystone. And when I thought about people who could give me answers, I thought about John. And John, he agreed to it. So I got about 3 questions I'm going to ask him, and he graciously accepted to answer these. Mr. John, what do you think about this thing with Greystone? How long ago was this that it came into talks and kind of come around?
Well, actually, I think we started looking at property about 9 years ago. We looked at 3 different pieces of property. One was down in Douglasville off of 92, down near Maloney Road, I think the name of it is. It had a lot of rock on it, so we kind of ruled it out. Then we looked at the old Tidwell Farm over here off of 92 and Sweetwater Church Road. It was not exactly what we wanted for the type complex that we were looking to build. And we finally settled on this property here at 92 and Ridge Road, which we purchased from George Fuller before he passed away. And it's turned out to be a great piece of property for us. We've got about 180 acres, which should handle any kind of expansion that we need to do in the next 30 years at least, maybe more. Because we've been down at Greystone there in Douglasville for quite some time, ever since I believe it was the late 1930s.
Is this centered up to the service area?
This is basically, that was one of the main reasons, is because it does center the service area. We've grown so much in Paulding County. We're still big in Douglas and some in South Fulton down there. Of course, some in Cobb, some in Bartow, a little bit in Carroll. But this is actually right almost dead center of our service area. So
how many people do they employ?
Right now we're approximately, I think it's around 300 people. Of course, you know, as time goes on, we'll be expanding and adding more people. That's another reason we wanted a new complex. First of all, we've outgrown where we're at now. We're just out of room basically. So this is going to be nice. It's going to be a nice complex. Again, we can expand as time goes on. We've got actually 4 buildings we're building over there. One's going to be our administration building. One will be our O&E building. We'll have another warehouse building, and we'll have a building where we can work on our trucks and do our own maintenance, which we do now anyway. We're also going to have a big pole yard over there, so we needed it expanded. And we also are going to have a training center over there where our linemen can train.
Well, that's good news. And so we got the lineman school that'll be coming in. That'll be, you know, future possible jobs, you know, down here in the south end of the county. Also, when we talk about, you know, just the reasons for moving over here and the excitement on the taxpayers' part, I think we talk about some sort of facilities tax and we talk about sales tax. How's that going to help us?
Well, first of all, the property tax alone should be really good for Paulding County. I'm not sure exactly the dollar figure that it'll be, but it's always been good for Douglas. I'm sure they'll be missing us somewhat from that. Anyway, also with our employees that we have here, a lot of our employees live in Paulding County. And of course, the ones that come up here every day, they'll be spending money on food, services, gas, all that, which is adds to your economic growth because of the taxes, of course. That we'll have sales taxes that our people will be spending, and as time goes on, I'm sure that's going to grow too. So we look forward to coming up to Paulding County. I think it's going to be a great thing for both you and us.
I know I'm excited about it, and me and John, we sat here at this on this road, but I think both of us grew up right here. And when dogs could sleep in the road, and you can't, you got to look both ways before you cross the street these days. But it is exciting. 92 is going to end up being, I think, 6 lanes across in front of there, and then we're going to have 4 lanes on Laird up on Ridge up to Laird. Mm-hmm. So there's all kind of potential growth. They're already talking about a little complex catty corner to this Greystone. Just a lot of exciting things. Just wanted to bring that to you for this month, post 3. Good things happening.
Yep, I think so. We appreciate it. And thanks for having me, Chuck.
No, thank you, bro.
All right, buddy.
I think we're all excited to see Greystone heading to that part of the county.
Yes, we are.
And exciting things are happening in community development.
I talked with Jenny Lee Walters to learn more. Jenny Lee, we hear a lot of talk about the push toward 24/7 government, and we understand there's some services you've been working on for citizens. Can you tell us about the service?
Absolutely, Felicia. The way that Citizen Self-Service works is it's an online portal available to our citizens in the county that right now, if they want to apply for a business license, they would simply go into the portal, create their own account, and then they can either apply for a new business license at any time of the day, or they can also pay their bill to renew their business license or pay their occupation tax.
That sounds great. Mm-hmm. So what other services are on the horizon?
In the future, I believe we are looking to kind of make available, per se, things like permits and just other things down the line that people would normally have to come into the office to apply for or to obtain. And that way, it's just right at their fingertips using the online portal.
So how could they find out more information about this online portal or go to apply for a business license?
They can go straight to our website at www.paulding.gov. And right now it's available simply for the business license. Specifically, you can look under our page. They are looking further into permits, so I believe if you look under their page as well, you can gain access to the Citizen Self-Service site.
Okay, well, thank you for talking with us today.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thanks for watching the June 2020 edition of Paulding Post.
Again, Michael, it's great to have you with us, and we hope you join us again in July.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll call the Paulding County Board of Commissioners regular board meeting to order. This is June the 9th, 2020. Thank you for joining in with us this afternoon. I don't see any invited guests. Brian, if you bring the list forward as we turn off any mobile devices, that would be helpful. Thanks, sir. And we will have our invocation and pledge now, and Commissioner Hart will lead us.
Let's pray. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we do thank you for allowing us to be born in America, Lord Jesus, to have this right to vote. Lord, I pray that everybody comes out and exercises their right today, Lord Jesus, and we thank you for everything we do. We know that the end results are all in your hands. Help us as we go through this meeting tonight. Just give us good discernment and judgment over the issues of the county. For it's your name we ask it. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks so much, Chuck. And, the May 28th, 2020 work session minutes and the May 28th, 2020 board meeting minutes are available for review. And I will entertain a motion to accept those minutes.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Davis. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Caker. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Minutes carry 5-0. There are no announcements, no invited guest. Under bid awards is the vacuum excavator to the lowest bidder, P&H Supply Company Incorporated, in the amount of $86,000. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Stover. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Carries 5-0. We have no reports from committees and departments this afternoon, and no one has signed up for agenda items. Under the consent agenda, the items that we read this morning, and I will entertain a motion to approve all three of those items.
Motion to approve all three.
Motion approved by Commissioner Stover. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Davis. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That carries 5-0. Under old business, none. New business, approve the abandonment of the portion of Roper Road that is bounded by property owned by the Hitchcock family, and authorize the chairman to sign all necessary documents located in Post 3. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Stover. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Carries 5-0. Number 7 is authorize the chairman to enter into an agreement with Heath and Lineback Engineers Incorporated in the amount of $184,252.64 for preliminary engineering design services for the Dabbs Bridge Road / Harmony Grove Church Road intersection improvement project. This is located in Post 4. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Stover. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Davis. Is there any discussion? Well, that's going to be a great intersection to get good engineering and get that those safety features for that vertical problem area. So I'm excited about that one, George. Look forward to getting it done as soon as possible. Other comments?
Yeah, I was glad to see us getting out ahead of that one. It's already getting to be a little bit of a rough spot, and unless you want to turn to, if you're not turning to go to Cobb in the morning, it's not too bad. You can get back through. But I'm glad to see us getting out ahead of that, and that'll be a good that'll be a good improvement. I know we did some work a couple years ago up there by the schools to improve traffic flow in and out, and it's a lot better than it was. It's maybe not wonderful, but it's a lot better than it was, and so I'm glad to see this. So thanks for that, George.
Anybody else, like from Post 4?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great project. I mean, I wish we could fast forward it and get it, start it next year, but I mean, it's better late than never. So glad to see it started and get it finished.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Carries 5-0. That is the conclusion of regular business. No requirement for executive session today. No one has signed up for a non-agenda type item, and this is the time when we'll start with Post 1, and if any of the commissioners have anything they want to announce or share, you have the floor.
I guess after you forgot to ask this morning, I should have thought of something while we were going. I knew it was coming. Yeah, I'm encouraged to see people getting out and supporting local businesses. After the economic downturn that we saw related to the pandemic, I've been talking to some local business owners and just asking them, how's it bouncing back? How's it bouncing back? And it's picking back up. For some of them, it's been a little slow, but today we almost didn't get a table at lunch. So, I'm looking forward to when we can either by Governor Kemp doing it or this board doing it and being able to open up the restaurants to full capacity and kind of find our normal again. But I have been encouraged to see people getting out and supporting local businesses and being intentional about shopping in Paulding and all that. That's gonna help when it comes to budget issues going forward. So I was glad to see that.
Ms. Caker.
Speaking of shopping local, we have a farmer's market every Saturday morning from 9 to 12 in downtown Dallas. It's a great way to help out our local farmers now. Just help them out and shop downtown while you're there.
Well, most in this room are probably aware, but maybe some of the viewers are not. We've had 2 peaceful protests in our county that were coordinated very well by our law enforcement folks. Even the State Patrol got involved on Saturday with the Sheriff's Office, the Fire Department, the Marshal, and I just thought it was great collaboration to have a good, safe, pre-planned event. I would also like to thank Frank Baker for his involvement in that coordination. And then we had a second one in the city of Dallas here on Sunday. So it was a busy weekend, and everything came off safely.
I want to encourage everybody, regardless of whether it's a public safety firefighter or a policeman or something, I want you to tell them how much you appreciate them this week, and I want you to pray for them. When I think about that pandemic and I think about these guys, the firemen, they run into these houses and they protect these people at the risk of their own health and the health of their families. And then I think about the police officers that we got here. We've got a good bunch. And they go out there and they protect us without bias. And sometimes that's hard to do. And I am so thankful that they've done such a stellar job, as the chairman just pointed out. Thanks, guys.
Good thing about being last is
it's all picked up.
It's all, yeah. So, but I do want to say thank you for the public safety. I talked to Gary Sunday and about what was going on, and just want to know that, let them know we have their back, their support. We've got to make tough decisions sometimes, and strong leadership by far comes into play and helps in situations. So I really want to thank Gary for how he handled everything, and Joe Duval, the city of Dallas also. And I think Trevor was involved highly Sunday also, so thank y'all for your time. But also I just want to remind everybody to go vote today, election day, so the polls close at 7, so please take your time out of your busy schedule and go vote if you've not.
Thank you, everyone, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Davis, and second by Mr. Caker. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We stand adjourned.